Hi, my name is Lisa Mueller, and I'm talking to you today on behalf of Ask Cosmetics. We've put together some videos to help everybody out there achieve gorgeous, natural-looking nails. I would like to pass on some information about nail structure, cuticle care, and better nail care practices in general. So I hope you'll tune in and listen to all the information that I'd like to pass on to you. Thank you very much. Welcome to another video brought to you by Ask Cosmetics. Today, I would like to talk about how harmful water is to our fingernails and what we can do to counteract this. I'm sure most of you wear gloves when doing housework, garden work, or other chores around the house that involve water and chemicals. However, most people don't realize that exposure to water is the #1 factor contributing to dry, brittle, and weak nails. You see, nails are made of a keratin protein, an extremely porous material. When our hands come in contact with water, it enters the nails, it swells the nail tissue, and it evaporates very quickly, leaving our nails and our nail tissue very dried out. This constant swelling and shrinking of the nail tissue results in dry, brittle, and weakened nails. Just take a second to imagine your nail tissue is a sponge, like this. And it soaks up water and then is left to dry out. I'm going to do a simple demonstration to show you. A dried out sponge represents your nail tissue. And here we go. We'll pour water on it, it expands, it soaks up the water. And how many times do you expose your hands and nails to water every day? Probably more than 10 times, I would assume. Well, I've told you the problem, but I've also got the answer. Tips Nail Conditioner and Tips for Toes have helped protect my finger and toenails from water damage. Now you might ask, how is that possible? See, Tips is a lipid-rich nail conditioner formulated with special ingredients that actually allow it to penetrate into the nails and cuticles. Once it has been absorbed by completely dried out nails, it cannot evaporate out anymore. In fact, it is designed to replenish the natural moisture barrier with its moisturizing features. You see, what many people don't realize is Tips is not on the nails, but it is in the nails, in that nail tissue, protecting it from the water. In order to get the maximum benefits from Tips applications, you have to apply it before you expose your hands and toes to water. That means before you do the dishes, before showering, before bathing. You see, if your hands are full of water, as we saw in the demonstration, your nail tissue will be swelled up due to the water, and Tips cannot be absorbed completely by the nail tissue anymore. Now, for most of us, the best time to apply Tips is right after opening your eyes in the morning. There is no need for neatness. You simply apply it on the nails and around the cuticles and under the nail. Then, once you have applied it, takes about 2 or 3 minutes, all you do is gently, ever so gently, rub your hands together and you're good to go. Now, how fast, easy, and efficient is that? So, if you are one of those thousands of people suffering from weak, dry, brittle, maybe even cracked, splitting, or peeling nails, you really ought to try Tips Nail Conditioner. It will protect against the harmful effects of water and provide your nails with strength and flexibility at the same time. Many people don't realize that the name Tips stands for the Incredible Protection System. So give it a try, and I'm sure you'll be very pleased with the results. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a fantastic day.